This is El Gato, the Ghetto Cat from the HCW studios. It's the Dirt Sheet. Hey, we had a great episode there the first time around here. We had our 24/7 champ, White Ice, here. Today's guest looks like he has a lot of issues to iron out and discuss. Pretty interesting. He's going to give a review of his aspects of the show and his views on personal matters, and he brought his little friend with him. So without further ado, welcome to the Dirt Sheet, Sonny. And little Sonny.
Hey, yo.
So, Sonny, first show, kind of weird, a lot of rumor going around. What's your take on the show?
Well, personally, it was a disaster from the start. There was clowns. I didn't hire a damn clown. Secondly, there was some crap with the graveyard. We're literally... Blah, blah, blah.
Again, Sonny, I know what you're trying to say here. It was kind of confusing there. I don't know where that came out. I know you were left tongue-tied there because of the direction we were going in there, because rumor has it here that the money that was supposed to go to Grizzly Smith for this top-ranked talent that was there, supposed to have been there, that got hired, because according to the poster and what showed up, big discrepancy. What are your views on that? Where possibly the funds went?
If I had to guess, my idiot father probably used it for his campaign, and maybe Grizzly Smith might have pocketed it for booze. Those are my big, my big theories on this matter.
Okay, I know you're sick to the stomach about this next question here, Sonny. Looks like little Sonny's choking up a few lines there. Got a question here for you. It seems we'll go back to this situation with Smith here a little bit later, but what I'm looking at here is, do you have daddy issues here?
No comment.
No comment. What is the really? I asked White Ice this, what his particular relationship was with the Colonel, and he kind of started out saying, "Hey, it was great, it's fantastic." Now he doesn't need him. So, you being his son and all, what?
I'm not his son. First of all, I'm not his son. He's just some sperm donor that calls himself my father.
So what are you saying? Your relationship is strained? You don't have one? Can you clarify that for us?
As long as the checks keep clearing, he's somewhat in my life.
Okay, buddy. So what we're looking at here, so these rumors that you guys are having a serious rift are true or not true, or...
Sonny's not one to talk about tabloid rumors.
Okay, here's a little son. Hey, say hi, little Sonny. Oh yeah, he's doing a few lines. Little Sonny's doing a few lines here between the show here. Not sharing with the rest of the crew here. Yeah, so... Okay, we won't touch upon your relationship with the father here. Seems like it's a real touchy situation, touch and go. Going back to the issue with Grizzly Smith here, I touched upon it with White Ice because, he was kind of perplexed by being in a rink and being stabbed with a baseball bat with spikes. He never signed on for some freak show like that. But what I'm going for is here, there's been rumors that Grizzly Smith, he's had a gambling problem and funds have been misappropriated within the company, and possibly Grizzly Smith could be involved, and that is why funds have been disappearing, and maybe that was why the quality of the show lacked because of that funding, and maybe he had something to do with it. What do you think about that?
Well, Grizzly's got a lot of problems besides gambling. Secondly, I wouldn't put it past him. He has never been proven trustworthy in the past. He has misappropriated funds. He has literally used booking money for whiskey, horse races, anything you can bet on or put in your nose or down your throat. He has misappropriated funds for it. I'm actually surprised the FBI is not after him for all the mishandling of funds and embezzling he does on a daily basis.
I don't know if you heard this, but this is speculation, rumor, just floating around the locker room and the backstage areas here that Tony the Chin visited and has made various visits to Mr. Smith there in the offices. Any comment about why Tony the Chin would be there?
I have no idea.
Is he an associate of possibly yourself or your father? Or politically correct, your sperm donor? Nope.
I can't make any comments on that.
Okay, so why? Okay, we'll just leave it there then. The Grizzly Smith issue, that's still up for debate and what's going on here. So the direction of HCW here, the kickoff event and everything else, wow, wild, crazy. We don't even know what direction. What direction do you think HCW is going from here?
Right through the toilet. As long as my father, my sperm donor, is in charge, it is only going to go further down the toilet. He does not know how to run a business. The fact that he's in drugs should tell you everything about how well of a businessman he is. Secondly, this political campaign is only bringing more hostility and chaos when we should be focusing on our business, on the wrestling business here. And if he doesn't get focused on what we're doing here, I think it's best if he steps away.
So what's your specific role in the HCW?
I do many things. I help with the talent. I also give funds to Smith, hoping he actually does the right thing with them, but sometimes that doesn't work out as planned.
Would you say you're one of the driving force, or maybe primarily the primary driving force of the company?
I would say that. I'm probably more qualified to run the company than anyone else.
Even your dad?
Even the sperm donor.
Okay, you mentioned something that we didn't make mention of on this podcast, but it's been rumored and speculated that there is some sort of illegal activities going on behind the scenes at HCW and around the promotional offices. And drugs, like, can you further elaborate on that?
I never mentioned any drug business at all. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you're talking about your prescription at the pharmacy then? Okay. Moving on here. Our sponsor, remember, is Icy, the official drink of the HCW and for all the cool kids. Promoted by White Eyes. It's the choice of a cool generation. Alright, you brought your little pal there, little Sonny. Where'd you hook up with this little dude?
He was roaming the streets of New Jersey. He's been on the run from the cartel, and he's also on the run from the FBI for his many involvement in arsons and allegedly arson and murder and even missed child support payments.
Quite the character then. Okay. I don't know what we're going for. So moving along here, I don't know. We brought up a few subjects here that have been touching, going very touchy for you there, Sonny. Where your mother? Where does she play into all this? She approve of what you're doing right now? Not one of those touchy subjects again. Okay, but I do got another question here. I'm gonna go back here and follow up here, Mr. Tongue-tied here. I'm telling you, you're a man of mystery and intrigue here, Sonny. And little Sonny. Okay, you talked about and brought up the political campaign that Harley's in right now. His platforms seem unique. Can you further elaborate on this campaign? And I don't know.
Honestly, it's a farce. I mean, Donald Trump, even knowing he's a senile old bag, has a better chance of being elected president again than Harley does getting mayor. And let me tell you, I don't think Trump's ever going to be president again. So Sanders' luck is absolutely in the toilet.
So what you're saying is, hell no, Harley won't go?
Definitely, I'm saying that.
Okay, well, you know, I don't know, it seems unique. Why would he run for mayor, though? That's the question, you know? Like, he's got his wrestling going, he has these side interests, he's got so much on his plate. Why do you think he'd step into a political role with his plate so full, and, you know, it just being there at City Hall all the time, all the demands? Why would he do something like that?
He's always been a narcissist. He's always thinking about himself, always thinking about what he can get out of a situation. He's a very selfish, self-centered prick, and always wants to feel important. So I'm not actually surprised he actually wants to do this.
So, folks, what you're telling me, and we're going to explain to you in a simplified way, what Sonny's trying to say is his dad's an egomaniac. Simple terms. Yeah, once again, we apologize here. The air conditioning has not been fixed here at the HCW studios, and before Sonny elaborates on the budget we all get to work with around here, it's a little warm here, so we do apologize. We're going to correct that problem. So as we move along in this conversation here, there's quite a few characters here. White Ice. He made a comment that I know might be a little offensive to you. He said that you were a little upset at him because your dad treats him more of a son than you, because why not? Because he's White Ice and everybody wants him to be their son. So what do you think about that?
That Vanilla Ice wannabe is just saying whatever he feels like saying.
So he's not all that he's cracked up to be, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed to be full of himself. He's pretty poised. Looks like he's focused to go above and beyond the 24/7 title that he cherishes so much. Music career is going pretty... What do you think about his music career?
Kanye West does what he does way better than White Ice.
Kanye West, wow. So the multi faces of Kanye. Okay, so except White Ice doesn't have a compound. It's just where he can melt down. But moving quite along here. The cast of characters in HCW, like we touched upon White Ice, this little fellow that's running around in a green outfit. What do you think about him? Seems to like his cereal a lot.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I think your Lucky Charms might be spiked with something there, Bo.
Okay. So, all right. Well, let's hit another guy here. What do you think of this Filthy the Clown fella?
Gosh, he seems like one of those backwards, moronic hillbillies. I won't be surprised if he still lives with his mother and father in their basement. Hell, I won't be surprised if he's married to his own sister, for crying out loud. He is... I have no idea where the hell Grizzly Smith dug him up from, but I think he should go back into whatever rock or hole he was sleeping or parents' basement he was living in, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, well, we're touching, because of the show, like talent we had in there. Let's go over the matches here, too, by your opinion, because, like I said, Grizzly Smith outdid himself by the looks of it. This, taking out the trash, the dumpster match. Dumpster Duggan, what do you think of the dumpster?
I honestly think he's just Hacksaw Jim Duggan having a identity crisis.
So, this Mexican assassin, he said he worked for the Sonolas. He was a bodyguard for El Presidente.
I don't know. I don't know about the Mexican part. He seems pretty white to me.
Well, there are white Mexicans. So, would he be possibly a fence jumper, as rumors might have it?
I don't know. Usually they're not as vocal about jumping the fence like the assassin is. Oh, I honestly won't be surprised if he's one of those posers.
So what did you think of the match overall they had? Mexican Assassin and Duggan.
I've honestly seen better athletics at a senior citizens
Hula hoop
rally with Dancing Bears.
Dancing Bears, okay. Well, moving along here, I asked White Ice this, and he was pretty impressed by this gal here, Kate Jones. Kate Jones versus Baby. Loser leaves the dojo. It was a dojo challenge. They went to the training center here at HCW, and the loser of that match had to leave the HCW. So it was Kate Jones, the Empire, against up-and-comer Baby. Do you think she really had the balls and the gumption, to take out Kate? What do you think of Baby first?
I think she was screwed in that match. I think she definitely had it until Kate started pulling out those weapons. Kate would have never been able, if it wasn't disqualifications were allowed, Kate would have never won this match. I'm saying that with complete confidence.
Okay, well, Kate had her hair ripped out by a wrench, right? You remember that, right?
I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Maybe she was doing it to herself, but no. Baby was absolutely clean in this bout.
So, overall, what do you think of Kate Jones?
Honestly, I think she's a scheming, conniving scumbag that has to get the cheap victory instead of earning her victories.
However it sits right now, Sonny, she has gone from the HC dub, but she's still out of some sort of contractual and legal hoo-ha, we'll call it, is still the HCW women's title. She can't defend it in California or step in or anything in California
Well,
to defend the title. I'm going to get to you.
that's Dan's bullshit right there.
So it was Dan that did all this.
Yeah, he's the one doing the contracts. That guy can't even defend a monkey from getting arrested for stealing bananas.
All right. So the length this lifetime suspension Kate has for putting Liberty through the 7-Eleven window with a back bumper and putting her in a hospital of 4 to 6 months. What do you think of that lifetime ban here in California?
Honestly, it should be...
Does a punishment fit the crime?
That I definitely say it does. I mean, it's not surprising she tried to commit murder at a 7-Eleven. I mean, like I said, she's a very low character with barely any morals.
Okay, well, I know White Ice had totally he loved her and think Baby was a porn star name or whatever, but
Well, honestly, White Ice will love anything as long as you put a wig on it.
okay. Third match of the night, I guess was the arena assault match with White Ice and the Hockey Goon. Well, the Hockey Goon, like Mr. Old Time Hockey. Gordie Howe in a mask or what?
Honestly, I think it's just some lunatic that watched Slapshot too much with Paul Newman and decided to throw on a little jersey and a mask and get all crazy there.
What about White Ice? That's what I'm looking at, huh? You know, his title. Since he won that title at a pop-up show in Vegas, the HCW had, he's been defending it quite regularly. And what'd you think of his performance in that match?
I thought it was pretty lackluster. I mean, the Hockey Goon was out wrestling him just like nothing. I mean, if we had to reward the championship for work rate, we'd have to give it to Hockey Goon right in that match.
All right, moving along here. The other bout on that card here, we didn't mention the Filthy's Funhouse.
Oh, don't talk about that B-movie garbage. I've seen horror films filmed with a potato that was way better than anything that was.
Okay, you said you shared your views on Filthy there. What do you think of the Crypt Keeper?
Honestly, I think it's Mark Calloway trying to have one last big moment in the sun, and I think it's pretty sad, man. Mark, go be with your hot wife. Go be with your kids. Stay out of the ring, man.
All right, leaves us the last match of the night here. Cobra's Greatest Challenge was pretty unique. Last man standing or whatever in a graveyard. Cobra against Psychomaniac. Let's give your opinion on Psychomaniac there.
Well, it's not much for words, as we noticed. He also, I guess he's a hockey player too. I have no idea. I don't know what the hell is going on with that goalie mask. Then I have no idea what's going on with that mask and outfit. He's definitely not going to be walking the runway anytime soon.
He's just too sexy, huh? Okay.
And Cobra was...
That's where I'm going. Last but not least, the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Cobra.
My gosh, that guy... I can't believe Sanders literally dug that guy out of the retirement home. My gosh. Guy was just walking around holding his hip. What did he do? Slip and fall? In the shower?
Help, I can't get up. Is that what you're saying? He does hip replacement commercials and medical
Pal,
alert
when they do the commercials where the old lady says, I have fallen and gone up, that was Cobra in that match.
So, you're saying his defense was after winning, and he also won the belt in that pop-up show there, but making that defense here at Red Carpet Ride here, you're saying he got jumped in the parking lot to his defense. He got flattened in a parking lot, then...
That's just his lame-ass excuse.
Oh, okay.
That's just his lame excuse. No one except his daughter saw him laying on the ground. Come on.
So, the daughter has no credibility at all?
No, she's probably just covering. Hell, I won't be surprised if it's actually the granddaughter, considering how damn ancient he is.
Okay, well, folks, once again, this segment was brought to you by Icy, the official drink of HCW. So we've covered the many topics here, covered the card, Sonny's view on the talent here. Future of HCW and the upcoming programs, like what do you think? So, are you going to be more hands-on?
Well, after this disaster of a first episode, obviously I have to slap Grizzly Smith into shape here and hover over his senile butt. And hopefully make sure this Jobber King of the Ring tournament actually goes well, whatever that is supposed to be. Like, King of the Losers? Like, who the heck even wants to compete for that title? I have no idea. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Grizzly Smith smoked some acid while coming up with this tournament.
Well, I got one for you. I got one here for you. Grizzly Smith was once a renowned square circle performer. Would you be surprised if he donned the tights, jumped in the ring? There's 8 men competing for this Jobber Cup in this tournament. Would you be surprised that he'd jump in the square circle and participate in the tournament for the prize money in the cup?
Pal, we can't even keep him up to book the show most nights. If he even dons any tights, he will probably be in the middle of a drug binder in the middle of the ring, and he has no idea where the hell he is.
Okay, one thing you've been touching...
It'll probably be a Herb Abrams type of deal.
Okay. One thing you've been touched on there, that's really irking you, and you have a really issue with this one gentleman here. It's the last thing we're going to be touching upon with you here, Sonny, before we'll give you some closing thoughts here. Dan, he's the official legal counsel of HCW, right-hand man of Harley there. First of all, the World Heavyweight title, we'll go back to that title match, was supposed to be a one-on-one match. Then suddenly, wow, out comes another guy casing the Cobra's face with a rock, and walks out with the title here. What kind of legal nonsense was that? Like, going back to it all, like, where's Dan's head lately? Is he preoccupied? Things are happening? Stress getting you guys here or what?
Honestly, the whole world title situation, I have no idea. I don't even know who the hell that is, or what he was doing at that graveyard. For all I know, it's probably some lunatic that escaped the asylum, jumped Cobra, and stole it because he thought it was really shiny. As for Dan, he's probably slacking off somewhere. I mean, that guy is not reliable for any legal battles or anything. The fact that Harley keeps him around is probably only because he can get some connections every now and then, and even then, those connections suck.
All right, well, come to a close to our show here, The Dirt Sheet, once again, for episode 2 of The Dirt Sheet. Special guest, Sonny Sabatini. Oh, sorry, Sunshine Sabatini, I apologize.
No, Sabatelli, boy.
Sabatini, whatever. Spaghetti eater. Anyway, bottom line here.
Calzone eater.
Calzone eater. Any final closing thoughts?
Forget about it.
Forgot about it. All right. Well, that brings our dirt sheet here to a close. We're going to have a very special dark guest here on our next episode of the Dirt Sheet. So, till then, see ya. Hola. This has been El Gato, the Ghetto Cat, saying so long, see ya, and have a good